Welcome to our 45-minute flow. We are going to be focusing on hips and twists. We're going to begin in a bound angle and in a seated position. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Allow your knees to open up. Taking some rocks side to side as you move into a fold. Eventually, the chin draws towards your chest, and the head feels heavy. Finding a sustainable place that we can maintain some deeper rounds of breath to breathe into our hips, creating a sense of spaciousness. Notice how breathing deeply shows up for you today. Even though our breath is a constant, it's also in a constant state of change. Is there a way you could drop in a little further? We'll roll up, placing our hands behind, connect the bottoms of your feet, and wash the legs side to side. Next time, both your knees face the ceiling. We'll roll forward into a plank position right away. Firm up your arms, press from your shoulders, and start to rock the weight back and forth in your feet. Next time you're forward on your tiptoes, bend your elbows, lowering all the way down onto the front side of your body. Untuck your toes, connecting the tops of your feet. Take the hands off of your mat and tense your fingers so the palms are lifted. As you lift your chest, roll your shoulders back and up, and eventually lift your chin. Reach your chest forward, lowering down, chin tucks last. Lifting your chest, roll your shoulders back and down, chin up, and then lowering piece by piece. We'll do that 3 more times, just in your own way, mobilizing into the upper body. After your third one, connect the palms under your shoulders, pressing back through into a tabletop position. We'll spin on the left knee, take the right foot towards the back of the mat like warrior two, and roll the chest open as you lift your right arm up. Right hand lowers by the hip. Circle the arm forward, overhead, and back. Turn your chest towards the ceiling. As the hand moves by the hip again, take it forward and around 2 more times. Next time, the hands reaching forward, close it down into a tabletop. Spin on your right knee, take that left foot back. Let's roll the chest open. Bring the top hand down by your hip, circle it forward, overhead, and back. 3 big, juicy circles here. After your third one, returning to tabletop, take your hips back and up into your first downward facing dog. We pedal at the legs, a little sway of the hips. Three more breaths, warming the body into this 4-point base before you find stillness. Take the left hand to the right lower outer leg, preparing for a twist. Draw the left shoulder under as you look under your right armpit. And left hand returns to the mat. Right hand takes outer left lower leg. Same idea. Right hand returns. Right foot steps outside. Right hand. Allow the hips to sink and your front knee to bend. And then lift up through your hips and step the left foot forward. Lower your hips down. Gather the hands in front of your chest, lifting through the crown of your head. Hands reconnect, hips lift. Let's heel to the feet, about hip width apart. Soft knees, we'll reach our arms behind us, interlacing the fingers, staying for 3 breaths. Neck is relaxed, head is heavy here. There's a lift from your forearms. Keep the bind of the hands, but lower them down towards the lower back as you bend your knees and sink your hips. Rolling up into a standing position. Keep the bind, arch the back, lift the chin as your knuckles draw down. Release the hands, sweep them wide overhead. Dive forward into a fold. Lengthen your spine, half lift. Step back into a plank position. Tailbone is heavy. We're lifting the front side of the body. Maintain that as you bend your elbows, lower with control. Take it in for upward facing dog. Really drive your chest towards the ceiling. And then lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Step your left foot outside your hand. Sink your hips as you bend into that front knee. And then use the lift of your hips to give you the height, stepping the right foot outside your hand. Hips descend, hands gather in front of your chest. We pause in Malasana. Connect the hands, take your hips up, heel toeing the feet about hip width apart. Fold down over your legs. Take the bind in the awkward grip. 3 steady breaths. Maintain the bind as the arms lower, sink the hips at the same time. Think rounding through the back as you roll up. Eventually, the front of the hips open, press forward, the chest lifts, and so does your chin. Releasing the arms, widen overhead, reach up high. Diving forward, over into your strong legs. Take a half lift. Step back, find plank. Firming up here with an inhale. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg draws back and up. You're gonna bend the knee, open the hip, staying strong through that standing leg. Armpits are square to the mat. Close the hip, draw your knee down the midline as you take your shoulders over your wrist, really rounding through the back. Reach the right leg back and up, straightening the leg. Rebend the knee, drawing it in towards your right armpit. Take it high. Nice. Straighten the leg, reach back. We're coming across body into the left armpit. Think high, spread the shoulder blades. Nice. Stretch that leg back, reach high. And then we're rolling forward, right foot outside right hand. When it connects, you're gonna pivot on your feet, turning open to the long side of the mat. Sink your hips down for Skandasana. Taking a moment to feel buoyant. Good, we're gonna shift it towards the back of the mat one time, into that left leg, hands crawl on the floor. Stay buoyant here. And move it back into that right leg. Pressing up with the right leg, left and right toes now turn to the long side of the mat, and we end up in a forward wide leg fold. Walk your hands back as you bend your elbows. Hug up the inseam of your legs. Scoop up your lower abdomen. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, pivot on the feet, walking your hands around to frame your front foot. Lower the back knee down. Toes stay tucked under. Lifting your arms overhead, we take our chest up. Feel buoyant in your hips, sinking and lifting out a few times. Settling in, stay to breathe, actively lifting from your shoulders. Lower your hands down to frame your front foot. Shift your hips back into half split. Lengthen out your spine and then fold over your front leg. Suck this right thigh bone back into your hip socket. Drawing your floating ribs further down your thigh. As you breathe in, find your half lift. Exhale, walk your hands forward and beyond your foot, lifting your back knee, float the back toes up for half split. Soften your standing knee, deliver the lifted toes to the back of the mat. Arms reach overhead for crescent lunge. Hands return to the mat, framing your front foot. Lift your right arm, take a nice twist. Draw the bottom shoulder forward and your top shoulder back. Take your top hand down, step right back in, downward facing dog. Left leg draws back and up. Let's bend the knee, open the hip to start. Stay square in your shoulders, wrapping your outer armpits down. Good. Building some heat. Close your hip, drawing the knee down the midline as you move your shoulders over your wrists. Stretch the leg back and up. Rebend the knee, move it into the left armpit, press from your shoulders. Good. Stretch that leg back, coming across body into the right armpit. Spread and round. Good. Reach it back and up. And as you come forward this time, place the foot outside the hand. Continue to turn to the long side of the mat into Skandasana. Buoyant in the hips, rising in and out. We take advantage of that buoyancy to lift up and over to the right side. Hands crawl with us. Again, using that lift to come back into your left side. And we're taking it right into a wide leg forward fold. Toes turn to the long side. Hands walk back. Elbows can bend. We'll give an optional headstand here this time. Maintaining steady, deep breaths. If you're up, start to find your way down. Hands walk under the shoulders. Take that big breath in, half lift. Exhale, pivot on the feet, walk the hands around forward, lowering the back knee down. Arms reach overhead, Anjaneyasana. Find that slow pulsation in and out here as well. Good. Settle in. Lift from the shoulders, growing out from your hips. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Shift the hips back into half split. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, work your fold. Suck the left thigh bone back into the socket as you draw the bottom ribs down your thigh. Breathe in, take it into a half lift. On your exhale, bending the front knee, walking the hands forward, back knee rises and the toes lift for a variation of standing split. Stabilize your breath. As you soften your front knee, lifted toes, find the back of the mat. Arms reach overhead to lift your chest. And hands lower to frame your front foot. Left arm rises up. Work into your twist here. Hug your feet beneath you. Feel that power come into your legs. Good. Top hand comes down. Step right back in. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps outside. Right hand. Lower your back knee down. Climb your right hand onto your thigh and twist your chest open to the side. Back toes lift, squeeze the heel to the glute. Option for the hand to grab the big toe side of that back foot. Keep everything nice and compact here. Front foot is pressing down. Back of the ribs drawing forward as you really squeeze the heel to activate the hamstring and the back leg. Changing the dynamics a bit. Roll to the outer blade of your front foot. There's a sense of lift from the back of the heart, and the foot now is going to kick into the hand. Think expansive and big, turning your chest open to the ceiling like you did at the start of the class in that variation of side angle. Good. Undo, connect the hand and the foot. Lifting back up into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Coming back forward. Let's move right into pigeon. Wiggle your left toes back. And we're going to do a thread the needle here. So as the right fingers crawl forward, thread the left arm beneath the right. It's really going to help you square up the hip. And it's also going to take a big rotation up through the spine. Find that place that's sustainable for you. We also want the head to be semi-comfortable. So you're either kind of holding it up in line or it's connected and relaxed. Muscles of the face are soft. All right. Untwist, connect your hands, lifting right back up, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, lower the back knee down, left palm to left thigh. Let's initiate the twist. Lift the back toes, possibly grabbing a hold of the big toe side. Everything is compact here. Front foot pressing down. Scooping up your lower abdomen, initiating the twist from the ribs. Stick with it as we change the dynamics. You can roll to the outer blade of your front foot. If you have a hold of the foot in the back, kick it into the hand. Think really expansive across the chest. Coming out, hand and foot connect. Take it right back into three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. Close it down. We roll forward into pigeon. Right toes wiggle back. Left fingers crawl forward, and the right arm threads under the left. Connect in with those deeper inhales and exhales. Good. Untwist. Connect your hands. Lift right back into downward facing dog. Lower down to your knees. Take your right leg back and up. And you're going to bend your knee around your back, drawing it in towards your nose. Now, cross this lifted leg in front of the left, and then take the left foot off to the side so that you can sit back into these Gomukhasana legs. Sit bones connected. We lengthen our spine out from there. Arms reach overhead. Bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Take them forward, left arm wrapping on top of the right. Palms come to connect or the back of the hands. Press your forearms forward as you lift your elbows. Breathing down into the depths of your hips. Unravel your arms. Place the sole of the right foot now to the mat so the right knee is lifted and twist towards that leg. You can hook the elbow pit to the front or possibly hooking outer arm to outer leg. Very deep twist. Maintain your abdominal strength. Draw your right shoulder blade towards your spine. The left shoulder blade away, magnifying the rotation. Untwist. Facing forward, we roll back into a tabletop. Step one foot back, then the other into plank. Bend your elbows, lower with control. Take it in for upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Lower to your knees with control. Left leg draws back and up. Bend your knee, draw it towards your nose, around your back. And then take this lifted foot to cross. And the right foot reaches off to the side so we can lower our hips into Gomukhasana legs on the other side. Settle into your hips. Maintain the hug of your thighs as you reach your arms overhead. Elbows bend to cactus the arms. Reaching forward, take the right to wrap on top of your left. Shoulder blades are spreading as you send your inhale breath here. Maintain the lift of your elbows and the forearms going forward. Arms unravel. Left foot connects and the knee is lifted now. We'll twist towards this leg, elbow pit to the front of the knee or outer arm to the outer leg. Full breaths. Every exhale, really working into that rotation. Untwisting now. Roll through tabletop. Stepping back into plank. Full breath in. Exhale, bends the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lower down to your knees. Cross your shins, come through to a seated position. Legs out in front and strong. We press out through the heels, reaching our toes towards the ceiling. Lengthen up the spine before you fold down into your legs. Drawing both of your thigh bones back now into the hip sockets. Take the ribs further down your thighs, creating even length through the entire back line. Keep a hold of what you have. Breathe in. Straighten your arms, chin up. Think back bend. And then exhale. Coming all the way up. We're going to lower onto our back. Bending into the knees, connecting our feet. Preparing for wheel pose or bridge. For bridge, arms along the side, palms connected. For wheel, hands will frame the head with the fingers pointing towards the heels. Preparing, we tone the abdominal wall. On the inhale, let's lift up. Exhale, firm your feet down. Inhale, inviting that length up your spine. Exhale, inner thighs roll to the floor. Breathe in, open across your chest. Exhale, maintain the strength through the abdominal wall. Inhale, open, lengthen. Exhale, strength. Last big breath in. And exhale, lowering all the way down with control. Heel toe your feet out wide. Lay your arms down beside you and wash your legs side to side. Mobilizing into the lower back, we enjoy the twist. Next time your legs move to the right, pause and breathe. Allowing this left hip to roll inward. Heavy shoulders and broad across your collarbones. Finish your next round of breath before taking your legs to the left side. Feet stay wide. Welcome that internal rotation to the right hip. Observing where the sensations radiate to. Let's find an easy pass side to side. Next time your knees face the ceiling, lifting your legs. Play with some movement down into your toes and ankles. Movement of the feet diminishes over time. Legs suspended effortlessly in the air. Bending your knees, hug them in with your arms, curling your chin up, drawing yourself into the concealed package. Head and shoulders return down. One limb at a time. Place them down, allowing your body to move into rest. Adjust as you need so your neck feels long. Shoulders heavy, arms comfortable. We release the efforts of our physical practice, the asana. Focusing in our attention to our breath moving in and out. Breathing in a way that feels comforting. Over time, the control that we have to make that comfortable breath is released. We surrender into the natural ebb and flow. Awaken through your fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Moving into a full body stretch. Inhale, breath takes you long while arching through your lower back. Exhale, release everything down as you completely empty, leaving yourself the ability to fill back up. Moving into a comfortable seat. We'll gather our hands in front of our chest. Honoring what was. Accepting what is. And the ability to embrace what's to come. And thanks for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.